Hello, everybody. I think got it. Looks like I'm talking. Good morning. Good morning. Well, it's evening. How is everybody? Oh, Sunday night. Monday morning, Chiang Mai. If you can hear me, let me know. Oh, there we go. You can hear you. Holy cow. I love this software, but man, sometimes it just wouldn't load the application. I thought we were going to be done because I couldn't get it to load at all, but I got it. Our main man Paul in the Philippines is not here today, so it's just us. So we're going to look for products and anything else anybody wants to do as far as that. What else do we got here today? Anthony, Gill, Hale. All right. So we're going to do it as we normally do it. Maybe we should be a little gunslinger today and go that way and see what we find out. We're going to do Jungle Scout, and we'll do some Amasuite today, and just look for products, and we'll just evaluate you know, what we're finding and what that stuff is. So I've been working on a bunch of stuff this weekend. Cynthia can't see or hear anything. All right. Well, looks like several people are hearing me, so can't see me yet. Give me 1 second. All right. I'm turning on the air conditioning here in the living room. It's hot. Imagine some of you can't believe that, but it's probably about 80 degrees. Hold on 1 second. I'm working on getting Amasuite started for us. I hear a monkey eating a banana too. No monkeys today. I'm in a city, so there's not much any animals at all. I mean, I'm in a city of about 500,000. I live just down from the downtown. All right, Cynthia. All right, there, Cynthia. Hey there. All right. Maybe someone can help Cynthia. She needs to just go out of the room and then come back into the room. All right. Anybody have any questions, or anybody want to tell me anything about their current product? There I am. That's out of the way. Good morning from Chiang Mai. I hope everyone's ready to look for some products today. Maybe we can find something better than we did last week. We didn't come up with much great stuff. Anybody have any you want to go straight in with Jungle Scout? The Titans won today. Hey, I haven't seen any NFL. I'm not not seen anything. So, you know, hey, Hale just ordered another 2K today. Yay. My IPL is a lightweight, cost me 80 cents. And I sell a 2-pack for $9.99. Woo! All right. Jets beat the Giants. Well, I don't know if the Jets are doing any good or the Giants. I don't have a clue. Have the Titans been losing a bunch? Who did they play? I'm so clueless about what goes on in America now, which is probably exactly what I wanted. I'm very excited that. So I'd love to see some football. I finally got the ABC, NBC, CBS stuff done. I should have been able to watch football yesterday, and I kind of just missed it. I guess Sunday Night Football's on tonight, but that's ESPN. I'm not going to get him. How do I mute the mic? At the top of your page, Cynthia, if you'll just mouse over the top of the screen, there'll be a little guy and then a microphone if you just pop it in there. But you shouldn't be able, I guess it's probably looping on you. Amazon, well, it depends whether they're going to I don't know that they automatically do it. I've had them then point the finger at us or point the finger at me. And they said they damaged it. I mean, they sent you a notice that they damaged it. Yeah. I'll get back to you in a second, Anthony. All right, well, we're here to look for products, so let's look for products. And all right, so anybody's suggestion, do you want to gunsling it and just look through Amazon without searching and using AmaSuite, or do you just want to go from AmaSuite as we should? Maybe, how about this? Let me see if I got product selector loaded. And then we could look by keyword. All right, let's go through. We'll go with product inspector. You guys will throw out a keyword and we'll go that direction. My friend Hale, if you could, I'm going to have you come on board, Hale, and if you could just keep an eye on the chat screen for me. I'm going to send you the mic, or the dog tour. All right, so Hale, if you could come on and help me just monitor the screen while I search for product today. All right, I'm going to pull up Azon Product Inspector today. Baby products. If you're doing baby products, please don't do the banana toothbrush. Sometimes people think it looks great. So you're gonna have to. Hey, there he is. Thank you, sir. We can hear you and everything.
Okay, I'm live. I will watch the side.
All right, so I'll be over there and Azon Product Selector. And if you can see it, they usually can see it too, Hale. So on my screen, do you have Product Inspector? Anybody can see my screen would be great knowledge. Jay, I will, if you signed up today, I will, you contact me on Facebook, send me a message, and we'll set it up. I'll send you a calendar link from my calendar. All right, so somebody sees my screen. Why don't one of you guys give me a keyword? If you guys will just throw out a keyword, and if you see it, throw it out to me, and we'll put it in, and we'll look for an exact phrase. So if you haven't used Product Inspector before, it's in your AmaSuite package of software. It's very similar to the Top 100 or whatever, but what it does differently is it allows you to search your keywords and find out products that match them. It also then can give you some indication of how much competition there are. So anybody have any keywords that you'd like me to search, or keywords you'd like me to think about? We could do, and this is just another way to approach, instead of just approaching it from here's all of these things, we're gonna approach it from the back end and do that. I don't see anybody with any keyword suggestions, so I guess, Hale, what do you think? You got any keyword suggestions today? Let's go with.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm trying to do the chat, and it's asking for a source, and I don't know what to put there.
Oh. All right. Go back out of that. We may have to have you. That link will work where you go. Stainless steel icing tips. Well, there you go. And you see if you can. You may have to like go back out. Make sure you copy that link and then just put it back in. All right.
All right.
So here we go. Steel icing tips, as Mr. Rob has suggested. So you're going to do just like you would with Amazon. With Azon, you're going to press the green button, and then it's going to start getting stuff about steel icing tips. And so now it's going to go in and it's pulling this data, pulling similar data that you would from Top 100 Analyzer, but except everything you're going to look at now has to do with steel icing tips. Some of these, obviously, stainless steel icing tips. Oh, okay, yeah, that's what it is. I was thinking what that was, but I'm looking that up. Is that what we're thinking about, wanting to look at just as a option there, Mr. Rob? Man, that's a good name, by the way. Gotta like that. Who could not like the name Rob? But I also have decided I have to change my name in Thailand. I have to change my name in Thailand because they cannot say my name. Like, you could work with them for, you could try to get them not say R. It's just not a formation in their mouth that they've ever done. Kind of like having a Spanish accent. Very difficult for some reason. So anyway, all right, so it's pulled. So steel icing tips. Now, so what I would do then, once you get here, it's going to analyze. Now, we don't care about the weight, who it ships by in the site right now, so we're not going to pull that extra data. So then you could, but that would tell you what the weight of them. But we know pretty much what the weight is. And right now, when we go in, we'll be able to look at Jungle Scout and see who it's shipped by. And we know we're only looking at .com. So there's no reason to go extract us more data. So you have all of these. So for this, once you serve the deal, so we'll go in now and we'll preview it, which is where you want to go. So you'll see what all of it looks like. So it's a great way to go in and just search items that you may have seen. Why are you doing this? Man, Microsoft will run your computer and decide a million times that they're in control and that when you open a window, it's them. Even if I change it, they change it back. All right. All right, so here's what it looks like. There's 288 icing tips. Now, so the first thing we'll know, and that's the keyword. So remember, that's just the keyword what comes up. So there may be stuff in here that are not icing tips. There's icing tips, icing tips, icing tips, icing tips. That is not. That is not. That is not. Not. So I'm saying just estimate on that main keyword is 280, 275 different people, which to me doesn't scare me. I don't know how many other keywords there are. I can't remember. Are there any other? Well, let's do real quick. So let's go in. So what I would do real quick is I'm going to find out how many people are competing for this thing. So I would go into merchant words, and what we're going to do is we'll go in and they do call me lob. And so my new word, my new name, I tell them is, and I don't know why Roberto. So they seem to do better with Roberto than they do with Rob. So like they literally can't make the R, like they just don't have that ability. Like, you know, when they were kids, it just isn't part of their language skill, that they use that to form their mouths in the way in which you would need to say that. Let me log in because it'll lose the seal. So what I would do is so now I've taken a keyword that I like, and this is also a way in which you can tell how many keywords or what other keywords are ranking, so that we can go pull that and get a real idea what the main keyword is. Now, listen, I mean, I would say that if it's stainless steel icing tips, and that's what most people are looking for. See, now here already it tells me that there's only 100 people looking for stainless steel icing tips. I don't know who else. Let's find out what else they're doing. How you doing there, Hale?
I still haven't figured out what I should enter in the box. I restarted, but you know, it's under comment tracker. It just says add a source and then an add button, and I don't know what to put there.
Well, do you have go back, and you have to make sure your mic is off the other one. If you go back into and you watch the other the guest link,
right,
you should be able to see the chat in there.
Yeah, I'll go back and do that, because I had that problem the other day when we were, you know, all live. I don't know what to put in the source, but I'll go do the guest link. Bye.
Bye. All right, merchant words. Maybe I'll get this here in a second. All right, so I guess so the real one's going to be icing tips. I'll bet. If not, we'll go back and look at it again. let's sort by biggest. All right, icing tips. Tips ups ice fishing. We don't want that. Cake decorating icing tips. So let's go see. So what you have to do when you have product inspector up is, now obviously there's difference, but some people may want stainless and whatever. So let's go back and so what you do is, so we'll go back in and now we're searching icing tips and it'll add on top of this. And then there is a button we can. So then now what it's doing is it's going back and it's grabbing the data for icing tips. So this is really, a lot of this is more about showing you, because we've already got a product we're going to go look at. And we'll go look at and evaluate them here in a second. But this is how you, again, you try to get back in there and you're trying to figure out how many competitors are. And it's a little bit of a process. If you get I'm trying to think how many pages. Okay, so then we're over 400. That doesn't mean, and we'll go in and look and we'll see how much different those are. All right, it's almost done. So anybody have any suggestions of whether they feel like that's the main keyword is icing tips? What do you think? Do you think there's any other? I'm trying to look at the chat box at the same time I'm talking with you guys. All right, so we've got 477. Let me see if I get the filter file up. I think I can. Let's see if I can. I think there's a part of this app that you can go in and extract. You can eliminate duplicates. Piping nozzles, okay. All right, let's go look at the preview again and see what that looks like now. All right, so let's go down. So I think I would say the stainless steel. Microsoft killing me. Well, of course it has, because it's a piece of junk. All right, so here we are. Let's see how much of this. So what I would do is you'd extract this down into a CSV file once you look all your keywords up, okay? So you go in and you export it all and you would just copy and paste, and I'll give you a real quick indication of how to do that. So again, here's ones with just one little tip or sets. So it looks like there's just a lot of individual things now and not like the sets. Have I missed that at all, anybody? What's your guys' opinions? All right, so that gives us, so what I would do right now is, and this takes some time. We can go in and look at piping now. So what I would do is I would go in and then I would extract the data. So then I would save it to a CSV file. And then I would save it. Let me find the CSV file. I'm just telling you, got too many things going on. Ooh, too many windows. All right, so Microsoft finally got me on the hook because I have a new computer and I didn't have a copy of Excel rolling around or Office. So at this point, I'm on the 30-day pay us every month promotion. So they can get that money. Everybody's trying to get a number out of you now. All right, so here's all of your thing. And then what I would do is I would just filter. Where's that? Like, I'm like the most clueless person on Excel that you've ever met. I can make a column. All right, somebody mailed. Aha! Remove duplicate. So then what I would do is I would do that. And we're gonna go remove duplicates. Well, what it may want. So I mean, I'm missing it, guys. So. I may be doing this all wrong because I'm not the hero of this for sure. All right, so is it possible that's a possibility? Well, let me try this. I just wanted to, because I don't care about that. Well, I can sit here and show you all day long, and because I'm not a big operator, but what you do is you go in here and you keep loading all your data into there that you find from Product Analyzer. So you're going to keep going in, you're going to keep loading this data, and then you can also go in here and get rid of, oh, there's the remove duplicates. Look. All right, one more time here. Let's look at that again. What did I just do? Huh. All right, well, it's saying there's no duplicates found. So then you'd have to go back and evaluate. So I would load all my stuff in, and it'll allow you to pull your duplicates out. And you can keep going. You can keep going. Cake decorating, cake tips. You can keep adding and adding and adding, and then come up with a realistic total of how many competitors there are. I'm a little quicker. I'm a little more gunslinger on it. So I'll go in. I'll check several keywords. I'll look. And we'll go on to Amazon now, but so that's how I would get my list of how many people are actually competing. And it takes a bit. You're gonna have to do a little bit of deal, but we are trying to create a product. You just can't pick one off the cuff if you want to do some, background research. So here we are again with all our cake. Now we can see how many of these now are not, they're singles and that such. All right, so what we would do is just like anything else. So there's a lot of stuff that isn't our keyword that we're really looking for. Supper tube icing tube set next. And all right. All right, so let's go to this one right here. See what happens. Well, you can't go there because I can't use that program. So I have to go in and fix the settings on this because, as you can see, Microsoft wants to be in our business. So I have to go take off that as the automatic opener. All right, so I'm gonna go into Amazon, and that's what we're doing now. Let's just go from here. So piping nozzles, pastry tips, cake, sugar decorating tool. Piping nozzles. See how many results we get there. What I'm gonna do is feel my way around. Once I get here, I'm gonna just take the keywords and see what I've got going on. Sculpturing in dessert and sculpturing. On dessert and candy sculpturing tools. Well, I don't know. And I'm going to bet you the 108 are probably because there's all of the individual tips in there, I'll bet you. So that's where you're going to have to keep doing some investigation. So we're going to go in and we're going to look and say, okay, well, here's number 2. Let's go up and see what now we are on page 25, I think. I'm going to make sure. Okay, so I just jumped up to page 25. Okay, and at page 25, we're still seeing icing tip sets. Baking, icing, piping nozzles. Piping nozzles. It's like a lot of them are using nozzles. Piping nozzles. Let's look up what else. I'm trying to see if there's anything else in there. Go back and look at the chat box, you guys. Ah, that's because, there you go. That should, the reason it's flipping back and forth is because I'm talking and whatever. Use Google Sheets. Well, cake decorating, icing tips. And we'll just look up icing tips. So that it should stay on the same now because I present to everybody. All right, so we hopefully should stay here now. Icing. Right, so you know, sometimes like this is happening. It's you've got to kind of look and see what the actual main keyword is. So if you'll see here, and I'll look. So Crazy E 52-piece DIY icing tool, cookie, sugar, craft, cake, decorating supplies, pastry tool set. Micro 50s. So our Rob, well, let's just evaluate. Let's see. Let's just go look and see what a page like this looks like. So anybody have a vote of what they feel like the main keyword is as we go through? Any thoughts on what they feel like? Is it icing tips or piping nozzles? I think, you know, more accurate, maybe the initial, well, it doesn't have enough searches for that. So let me pull out my merchant words again, wherever I've got it here under the 12 different. Did I close it? So well, let's see. I like piping nozzles, P-I-P. And it'll give me piping nozzles. And I always like, you know, I mean, maybe I have to actually click it. And then let's go back into merchant again. I don't know why. Yeah. So then when I would go back in, we'd look at merchant words again, and I still don't feel like we found the main keyword of this. I mean, stainless steel nozzles certainly came up with 200 of them, so that may be the exact match. But are there plastic ones that people use, or so what else do people use, you know, to be able to, you know, look at that? Well, maybe if stuff would load. I actually just went out and paid for a much faster internet speed, and 5 days ago they said they did it, and like I can't tell the difference at all. Uh-oh. Hale's back. Did you get loaded? Icing tips. There you go. All right, so EIP. And sometimes if you don't have the knowledge of a kind of piping tips is 10,000, icing piping tips. So I'm going to go with icing tips. So if you take them all, there's a bunch of them. Piping bags, piping, put in piping. Water pipe. Wonder what people are doing with water pipes. There's a million of them. A lot of people are searching Amazon for marijuana pipe, a glass water pipe, a hookah pipe, a weed pipe. So there's apparently people looking for pipes, smoking pipes for marijuana. Like, I wonder how like those are being searched on Amazon, because that's not something they could sell. Medical marijuana pipe. Maybe that's how they're getting around the end of it. So pipe is not your word. Piping, the pipe. We're going to go with icing tips. And because we didn't do exact phrase, that original search with stainless steel it had. So I'm estimating there's under 300, you know, and you obviously could continue to work at this and kind of get a decent estimate. But so let's go with icing tips. I-C-I-N tips. Now, I always like to do all departments to make sure we didn't miss. Now, Rob, were we thinking kits or what are individuals, like the perfect cake, love to bake, XL large stainless steel tips and icing bags? So this is a whole kit. Are we looking for something like this, something like this? Are we looking for your own little kit?
Rob, I would tend to put icing tip because Amazon's going to add the S automatically.
You're right. And Rob, are you thinking it was the set that you were looking at, or we should be looking at sets with 4 or 6 or? I mean, are you thinking something like this? Because this is a private label product, what I see. So we'll look at. So is this what you're thinking about? Something like this? Because this looks sharp. I mean, all they did was make it's a box. Heck, you might not. It looks like that may be photoshopped, and you might get this. Got some great graphics in here. Great graphic. That's a great infographic right there. Look at the colors on it. Man, it stands out. It shows you what they look like, what they're coming in there with. Great pictures of cupcakes with the thing on it. That's a great picture. I don't know how many of those I want. I would maybe want to be seeing something that, you know, goes around and shows them, you know, and I maybe even, I don't know that I wouldn't flip-flop that. What do you think there, Hal?
I'm not sure what you mean by flip-flop back. I mean, I'd like to see a
no,
human.
I'm sorry. I would take this product or this picture and put it at the top over maybe the product because it shows the tips better, as opposed to kind of, because we want it. I mean, I think it's colorful enough, and I think it would also do it. I mean, they shouldn't have all that. They're not supposed to have all that shadow in there. I mean, it's supposed to be a white background. That's too much shadow. I mean, it looks good, but. All right, so let's go back and evaluate the whole category. So we're going to go with icing tips. Anybody have any disagreement that the likelihood that icing, look, they got one there with a little Santa on it. So are we thinking a 4-piece, Rob? Are we thinking a 12-piece? Are we thinking a whole kit? Are we thinking something like this?
I haven't seen Rob say anything for a while. I don't know if we lost him.
All right, well, how about this? Let's just go in the category and we'll run Jungle Scout. We'll start from there and we'll see who's making any money in this thing. I mean, I've got a LastPass. I don't know why it's signing me in. I have to open up my other browser. Let me sign out of this account. Oh, I'm not going to have that right now. How do I sign out of this Chrome and sign into another Chrome page? Where's that at?
And kill the tab.
Well, no, I mean, you actually got to sign in and out. Let me see.
I don't think you actually sign into Chrome. You may be signing into an email.
No. You actually sign it. I mean, Chrome, because this would switch. This would switch it to my other, because my other Chrome, I'm not going to be able to go back and do that. Hey, why don't you do this? Why don't you pull that up on your Jungle Scout? On your, can you do that on your desktop?
Yep.
See, when you got somebody on another screen, whenever we have these problems, we can. And I'll stop. And how could screen share when he gets us up?
Okay, icing piping is up, and oh, I'm on my laptop, which is not up to date. I'm waiting for my big computer, so I don't even have Jungle Scout loaded on this. Sorry.
All right. Come on, I gotta know how to sign out.
Gil says to press one of your names at the top of the browser. I have a feeling Rob pressed the wrong button. At least I'm holding it open for him till he comes back. Anthony, I'll mention to him your gloves so we don't leave without doing that. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Okie doke. I'm actually running two versions of the Hangout. Still don't know what to enter for the source in the comment tracker. That'll be my homework for the weekend. I did a quick Google while I was, but I haven't seen anything that made sense yet. Waiting for the gorilla. Well, if somebody wants to ask a question, I can at least talk for a minute.